Have you ever wondered how pro coaches decide what comes first in a program? I know when I first started coaching, this was something that I often wondered too. So I started analyzing different templates, and what I discovered changed everything about how I approach program design. So I've worked with um, many coaches as the coach success manager here with CoachRx. And I'll tell you the fastest way to accelerate your coaching education is to study how the pros approach program design. And so let me show you what to look for. When most coaches see a program template, they tend to focus on just the exercise selection. But there's something much more valuable hiding in plain sight, and that's the principles that guided each decision. So let's be honest, principles without application are just theories. What makes coaching truly effective is seeing how those principles solve specific client problems. And think about it. How do top coaches sequence movements to maximize performance while minimizing injury risk? When do they prioritize volume or when do they prioritize intensity? So, how do they build these progressions that create sustainable results? That's why we've built the CoachRx program library to give you a window into the decisions through over 60 professionally designed program templates during your 14-day trial. So let's get into the platform and let's look at some of these programs that we have so that you can look at the principles behind them. Let's take a look at some of the programs that we offer or have available for you to download during your 14-day trial. These aren't just programs. Think of them as like case studies in expert decision making. So let's look at our max contraction intensification cycle. And so, what we can do is we can see how this carefully introduces specialized techniques within a sustainable framework. And this is deliberate programming to drive specific adaptations. So it's a 6 week progression that has a goal to increase maximum strength, but it also includes upper, lower, and full body resistance, and then also some cyclical map work as well. Another program that we can look at is our 5K rowing program. So notice how that this program is going to gradually increase intensity while strategically incorporating recovery sessions. So that's a masterclass. So you're learning, this is a masterclass in balancing stress and recovery for optimal adaptation and what these clients need to be able to adapt to each program. So, I mean, anybody can put together a workout, but building progressions that actually get results, that's where the magic happens in your programming. And here's how I learned to build progressions like the pros is and that's I started looking at these program templates and I stopped viewing them as templates as like finished products and I didn't just copy and paste them into a client's calendar. I started seeing them as like a window into somebody else's expert thinking. Because we have a ton of coaches who have a ton of knowledge who are writing programs and helping us develop these program templates. So when I stopped viewing them as a finished product and use them as insight or inspiration to tailor it to my client specific needs, because I know my client best, but there's other principles and other methodologies out there that I could maybe I'm not as familiar with that I can implement with my clients. So just looking at this, your clients don't just need random exercises. They need thoughtfully structured progressions that are connected to principles and they connect these principles to outcomes. So when you understand the thinking behind program design, you'll actually create more effective and personalized experiences. So our comprehensive library, our comprehensive program library, is just going to show you how the top coaches approach strength and development with intelligent progression. It's going to show you how hypertrophy training balances volume and recovery, skill acquisition through deliberate practice and design, energy system development, programming for different experience levels, specialized training techniques like cluster sets and contrast training, and then recovery focused approaches for sustainable results. So we have over 60 plus programs in here just to help you start to take away some inspiration, make it your own for each of your clients. So it's like I spent now 5 or 6 years trying to find my own style. And then I've just kind of realized like study the pros, find your style, and then make it yours. And then when you understand principles behind effective programming, you're going to develop your signature approach that reflects your unique coaching philosophy as well. So start your 14-day commitment-free trial in CoachRx and be able to get instant access to all of these program templates, advanced design tools, and complementary transition assistance. This is an opportunity for you to see program design through the eyes of expert coaches, which is just going to help you elevate your understanding, your efficiency, and ultimately the results that your clients can achieve. So just jump into CoachRx and enjoy the program templates and just see where program design meets principles and practical application.